Roggenburg Abbey is a Premonstratensian canonry in Roggenburg near Neu-Ulm, Bavaria, in operation between 1126 and 1802, and again from its refoundation in 1986. Since 1992 it has been an independent priory of Windberg Abbey in Lower Bavaria. The monastery manages a training center and a museum, and is widely known for its almost unchanged Baroque building and the organ concerts that are held in the church. For over 3 centuries, Roggenburg was one of the 40-odd self-ruling imperial abbeys of the Holy Roman Empire and, as such, was a virtually independent state. Its abbot had seat and voice at the imperial diet, where he sat on the bench of the prelates of Swabia. At the time of the abbey's dissolution in 1802, its territory covered 112 square kilometers and it had 3,300–5,000 subjects. History. First foundation in 1126. Count Berthold of Biberach, together with his wife and his 2 brothers, Conrad, Bishop of Chur, and Siegfried, a canon in the Diocese of Augsburg, founded the monastery. The first Premonstratensian canons came from Windberg Abbey nearby and built the first monastery church. In 1444 the foundation was raised to the status of an abbey. The first description of Roggenburg Abbey as Reichsmittelbar dates from 1482. The legal consolidation of the status took place in tiny stages, over the first half of the 16th century. In the 18th century the abbey and its dependent churches were rebuilt in the Baroque style, as they are today. The conventual buildings were rebuilt in 1732. Construction of a new church began in 1752, and lasted 6 years. In 1802 the monastery was occupied by Bavarian troops during the secularization of Bavaria, dissolved, and the last abbot, Theodor Ziegler, stripped of his office. After dissolution the abbey church became a parish church. The rest of the abbey's property passed into private ownership, except for the buildings, which were taken over by the Bavarian government. Until 1862 a district court and rent office were accommodated here. Later the buildings were used for a variety of functions, including as a school, a forestry office and a parochial office. Second foundation. In 1986 Premonstratensians again occupied the premises. On the 8th of November 1992 the new community was raised to the status of an independent priory of Windberg Abbey. In the interval there had arisen a training center for family, environment and culture, a museum and a center for art and culture, as well as gastronomical facilities. In addition, the monastery shop sells devotional items, the monastery's own wine and various other products of their own manufacture. Abbey Church. The Baroque Abbey Church was built between 1752 and 1758 to plans by Simpert Cremer in the shape of a cross. The whole church, with extended transept and double towers, is 70 meters long, 35 meters across, and has an inside height, to the highest point, of 28 meters. Today it is used as the Roman Catholic parish church of the Ascension of the Virgin Mary. Organ. The great Baroque organ by the Ulm organ builder Georg Friedrich Schmal of 1761 was completely replaced in 1905 by a late Romantic construction by the Gebruder Hinderlang of Ebenhofen. This was replaced in its turn in 1955–56 with the reuse of some registers by an instrument by the family Nenninger. In 1984–86 it was extensively rebuilt by Gerhard Schmid of Kaubrin. The appearance of the organ by Schmal was preserved throughout all rebuildings. Bibliography. Grohl, Elizabeth, 1944. Das Premonstratensian Stift Roggenburg im Beginn der Neuzeit. Augsburg. Hadri, Sarah, Klosterregiment im Ende des Mittelalters, die Innenpolitik des Reichsstifts Roggenburg, in Jahrbuch des Historischen Vereins Dillingen an der Donau, 106. Jahrgang 2005 pp. 57–86. Probst, Michael C. 1989. Carmen Epicum de Morte Sofridi. Rad. Franz Joseph. 1990. Die Orgel-Premonstratensian close to Roggenburg und Ihr Georg Friedrich Schmal. In Orgelkunst und Orgelforschung pp. 113–127. Stankowski, Martin, 2003. Landkloster, Klosterlandschaft 1650–1800. Über das Bauen in Roggenburg und in Ost- und Oberschwaben. Fink, Lindenberg. ISBN 3-89870134-4. Tuscher, Franz, 1991. Das Reichsstift Roggenburg im 18. Jahrhundert. Second improved edition. Conrad, The Weissenhorn.